Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. So I just wanted to make this little video. Actually it's on Sunday morning, and I just wanted to make this video out for tomorrow. It's obviously regarding the situation behind what's happening at Leeds United at this present stage. But if you are new around here and you've never seen my face before, I'm the Leeds United Daily, and I like to try and bring out positive news. And obviously today is going to be more sort of a negative news. I don't really tend to bring out negative news because I always like to try and bring out an unbiased perspective on what's happening surrounding Leeds United. But unfortunately, there isn't really much positivity surrounding the club at the moment, is there, regarding the sacking of Jesse Marsch, regarding the fact that we have only, in a sense, won 2 games in the last 19 or 18 appearances in the Premier League this season. And from looking back to where we were at the start of the season, up in 4th place, beating the likes of Chelsea and coming up against the top 4 clubs and playing them at that game. And when Jesse Marsch came in, it looked like it was going to be a fantastic season. I know when Ralph Wilson-Hattel took over Southampton at the time, they was having a fantastic season, wasn't they? They were top of the league at one point. They was dominating teams left, right and centre, and obviously with how they were playing, no team could really figure out how to beat them. But since Jesse Marsch is, in a sense, implements the same type of system, implements the same type of playing style, it was, in a sense, really easy to figure out. We played a very narrow football. It was just, I don't know, it was just really easy to be able to play against our team. All we had to do was intercept the ball and then knock a ball through to the attackers, and then that was it. The through ball would work, the counter attack against us would work, and I don't know, it wasn't meant to be, unfortunately. But at this present stage, we have to look at it as well. When Radrizzani took over Leeds United, when they was in the Championship, I think under Massimo Cellino at the time, and we went through like 7 managers or 6 managers in like a season or 2 seasons. And it was honestly ridiculous, wasn't it? I know Radrizzani took over for about between 40 to 80 million in total, when I think, was it after, was it Paul Hagibottom who was in charge at the time, and then Bielsa came in to help us, in a sense, get back to where we wanted to be after 16 years. And there was a comment, actually, it was like, there was on another content creator's channel, and it was pretty much saying that 16 years just for one really good solid season when we finished 9th in the Premier League, and I thought, to be honest with you, when Bielsa was left the club, got sacked by the club, I honestly thought that Radrizzani and Bielsa had left this statement. I thought we was going to push on. I thought Leeds United had left, or Bielsa had left, this foundation, this structure, this strong unit of Leeds United, and the fans believed it. We was like, okay, well, we've got a manager like Bielsa. Are we going to go to the next step? And unfortunately, at the time, coming off the positivities of Jesse Marsch and how he came about in his press conferences and how he came about when he was investing into the team, but when we look at it now, it was more sort of a disaster. And I felt like Marcelo Bielsa was the one who, in a sense, kept Leeds United as a whole. I felt like Bielsa kept a structure, because obviously he was in a sense classed as the godfather, wasn't he, of Leeds United. And I still stand by the decision by the club. They made the right decision at the time to sack Marcelo Bielsa. But now, from looking at it to where we are now, I felt like now all we're doing is going backwards. We spent so long trying to get back into the Premier League. The board had built such a great foundation of Leeds United, backing Bielsa, backing him in the Championship, bringing in players, spending more money than what we could afford at that present stage. And now I just feel like we're just going to go down. I try to be as positive as I possibly can, but how can we be positive? How can we sit here and be positive about Leeds United as a whole? And I know I always say that I'd always try to bring out a positive perspective of things if there's a negative point of view. But right now, the way I'm feeling, the way you're feeling, the way other Leeds United fans are feeling, I can't blame you, I can't blame the negativity. I can't blame the depression and the anxiety surrounding the club at this present stage. And to me, if they do not bring in a manager right now, are we all to agree that it's time for Radrizzani to pack his bags, Victor Orta to pack his bags and leave, you know? Because it's so disrespectful. It's so, honestly, up arse creek, should we say, how they treat the fans, how they treat the managers by, in a sense, trying to flabbergast things, you know? They're trying to make things sound better than what they are. They're trying to try and persuade us that good things are going to come. But how can we believe that when the results are not there? How can we believe that when we're constantly appointing managers who aren't going to succeed in the Premier League, or who aren't going to succeed at bringing the best out of these players? There was positives, don't get me wrong, there were positives out of Jesse Marsh's system, out of Jesse Marsh's team. But we're not going to get results. We're not going to get a big top manager if we're going to be constantly going backwards. We spent 140 million quid in the 2 windows. How are we 19th? How are we second to bottom? And how are we going to go into the into next game against Southampton, who beat Chelsea 1-0, who have spent 500, 600 million pounds on players, and then go lose to Southampton at home? How are we going to go into the confidence after? How are we going to have the confidence to go into next week's game after this performance? I don't. I try to be confident. I try to be positive. I know you do. I see it all the time in the comments. But I get why we're so negative right now. And are we all of an agreement that it's maybe time for the board to go? But then as well, the danger behind this. Leeds United get relegated, shall we say. 49ers don't take over. We're still stuck with Radrizzani. Is he going to sell the club? There'll be quick fire transfers. None of the first team players will be here, you know? Adams, McKennie will be going back off his loan. We will be able to see Nonto, Meslier, Jack Harrison, even though he's not very good. Jack Harrison, Leicester wanted him for 25 million pounds or whatever. If we'd go down, this is going to be so bad, because we're going to be left with teenagers. We're going to be left with the likes of Cresswell, Gelhardt, Klaassen, maybe a few of the old guard. I cannot see Leeds United rebounding back from this, not straight away. If we do not sort this out right now, if we do not get a manager in right now, but even then, will a manager come in to be able to save us with 15 games to go? There is games that we can win. There's Bournemouth, there's West Ham, I think there's Leicester, and there's Nottingham Forest. 4 teams there. Forest drew 1-1 at Man City, right? Title holders for the last 3-4 years. Do we have the confidence that we can go to Bournemouth, Leicester, West Ham, Nottingham Forest and get anything from there? Because after this game, after the game yesterday, I can't see it. I want to believe. I do. I have so much hope. But I just can't see where the win's going to come from. I cannot see. And this video has been no edits, no nothing, because I'm literally saying this from the bottom of my heart, because I'm such a passionate fan like you. And it upsets me just as like as it does you, that we're seeing, our club fold and go back to where we once started. And I do not want to wish this on, like, this feeling on the younger generation, because it's like when you become so invested in something and when you become so passionate about something. I'm only 25. I never got to see the glory days. And just to see us in the Premier League, honestly, I cried. When we got promoted, I cried. When Bielsa left, I cried. And after that game yesterday, or on Saturday, off camera, I cried, you know? I'm not going to sit here and I'm going to not admit to anything, because I said to you, it's all about honesty. Because in my mind, reality is slowly sinking in. Like, the hope is slowly fading, and the reality is sinking in that something needs to change, whether that's the manager, a new manager comes in and helps us, or the change that the board goes. Anyway, guys, I'm just going to leave it there. It's been a different type of video, but I wanted to get it out. I just wanted to, in a sense, give my whole perspective and my real feelings about what's going on around Leeds United. If you are new around here, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.